everyone. My name is Steve. Once again, a fantastic show in store for you tonight in all of Cablevision and Comcast and United States and worldwide. Facebook, go on our Facebook page, like us. You can click the link for YouTube. We're going to be on Vimeo soon, so we're worldwide now. The Cuddy D Show is worldwide.
Twitter, follow us on Twitter at The Cuddy D Show. We need more followers.
Yes, indeed. So
you can tweet us show topics. You can tweet us that he's annoying.
He doesn't shut up.
Just giving you an idea.
And all that good stuff. It'll be at the end of the show, so you can copy it down, all that good stuff, and post it to your favorites. So before we begin the show, once again, the all-star panel. To my left, Vicky.
Hello, how's everybody doing out there?
And once again, to my right, Donna.
Hi everyone, how are you?
I feel I'm like at the Great Adventure, the zoo or something. I'm surrounded by leopards. Do you two like pre-plan this or what?
We did. We text each other before. What are you wearing?
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Make Steve look like the fool in the middle.
Actually, we do all kind of match a little. You got the black shirt.
Exactly.
We're coordinated today.
We're working it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I agree. Nothing but the best here on the Cuddy D Show. And like we do always, we tell it like it is. Once again, we say the things that you all at home sitting on your couches are thinking in your minds, but don't say. We here become your voice. That's pretty much sums it up, right? We say what everyone else thinks. They just don't have the nerve to say it themselves.
That's right.
That's why we have all of our fans who tune in to us religiously and loyalty and faithfully every week to watch the show.
Thank you for that.
Yes, indeed. Well, with that being said, it's time to do what we do best. Topic number one. October, we all know, is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So we have some recent statistics. They're not good ones, but we have to bring it to our audience here. About 1 in 8 females born today will be diagnosed with breast cancer during their lifetime. In 2009, here's some numbers for you. In 2009, New Jersey had the 5th highest breast cancer mortality rate in the nation, with 25 deaths per every 100,000 people. And also in 2009, 210,000 women and actually 2,000 men in the United States were diagnosed with breast cancer. And in 2010, there were approximately 2,830,000 women in the United States with a history of breast cancer. And in 2009, 40,676 women and 400 men in the United States died from breast cancer. This is no joke, man. This breast cancer. I mean, it's like even for men. I mean, it's like I don't know how exactly. I mean, it's cancer is cancer. I guess.
Well, all cancer is scary. I mean,
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Yeah.
It really is. It's just,
I guess different areas it hits you. I mean, with men. I mean, 2,000 men. 400 men. Died from it. So it's. I guess it can hit certain parts of the body. I think everyone watching the show, and probably I know several people. Well, I don't know any men who've had it, but women who have had breast cancer, and thankfully I can say they're survivors. And I'm sure we can all tell stories of people we know, or maybe you've been a family member or whatever. But it's a serious thing. I mean,
and it's because of all the awareness that has been brought to the forefront, in the past, I'd say decade, that I think has enabled so many more women and men to be survivors of it. I mean, 20, 30 years ago, it really was much more of a death sentence.
Yeah.
So it's nice that we're finally giving it its due cause and really making women more aware and what they need to do, and self-checks and go to the doctor and early prevention and all that stuff.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, common sense. I mean, it's like early detection, just like everything, not just cancer, everything. I mean, it's like every year I go for a physical.
I
all these checkups, you have to.
The sad thing is, I think it's more the older generation. Like my mother, her mother, when my grandmother was alive, they weren't as big into the whole go to the doctor for prevention. My mother really doesn't go to the doctor at all. Our generation and the younger ones, we're definitely more hip to the, let's go to the doctor, self-prevention, let's do checks. And I think because cancer was such a scary word, not that it's not scary now, but it was really a scary word, 30, 40, 50 years ago, because it was such a death sentence. So I think, that generation was really afraid to maybe get the diagnosis. So, I mean, it is helping younger people with all this awareness that's going on with it, but I kind of wish that the older generation would hop on board. And
they also say, though, again, and I might seem like I'm always harping on the same thing with regarding the food, They say that they put chemicals in the food now that have cancer-causing elements. You hear it all the time. The big problem is that you don't know which food has it, which food doesn't. How many things say in the grocery store now organic on them? It's organic cigarettes soon, if they're not already. Honestly, everything says organic and cancer-free, and but now I just think that it's so much more common. It's so much more common than it was, as you said, Vicki, 40 or 50 years ago. I don't remember hearing more than 1 or 2 people when I was 10 years old that had a case of cancer. And now, my girlfriend just was diagnosed, my father had it, my mother got it. I mean, I have been touched by it several times where in my early life, you heard the word cancer, it was, oh, how devastating, but it was so few and far in between versus what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
But you brought up, organic foods and organic this, and that, or whatever. I mean, it's like, that's great and all, but who the hell can go and buy, a half a dozen apples that are organic? It's going to be $10.
Yeah.
I mean,
it is.
that's the thing that sucks. I mean,
Right.
organic is. I wish I could go food shopping and just buy straight organic. So I tell you what. I mean, I'll be living in a box.
Yeah.
It's good and all
It's true.
organic, but a lot of us can't afford that.
Did you say the dairy alone? The dairy alone, I don't know if the milk was $5.79 for an organic gallon of milk now.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's just one item. Just think about all the other items you would need. But I have to tell you, I'm not convinced with the organic labeling and situation we're in now, because what do you really know that's in that gallon of milk that's not in the one you're buying? Who's telling you? Do they have their laws regulating what can go on that label? And that, that's just a touchy thing for me. I don't buy it because I'm not a true believer.
That's a good point. I mean, it's like, how do we know that makes me think of something with spring water? How do we know these companies that we're trusting that these companies they're actually putting actual natural spring water in? How do we know they're not over there in their warehouse with the friggin' faucet? That's spring water. There you go.
It's funny you say
How
that.
do we know that? How do we know?
Because 20 years ago, we were not drinking water out of the bottles like we are now.
Yeah.
And how do we know that, just like, however many years ago, 60 years ago, they actually said cigarettes were good for you.
Yeah.
So, like,
Marlboro Man.
Yeah.
so how do we know that, 20, 30 years from now, all the bottled water, I mean, oh my gosh, my son must drink 12 bottles of water a day. So how do we know that, 20, 30 years from now, all of a sudden now they're going to be saying, oh, the plastic in the bottles, some of it leaked in, and, now that's been known to cause cancer.
Yeah, they're
Exactly.
saying there's plasticides, something called I don't want to
And
scare
yes,
you.
yes, if the water bottles get heated, like if you leave it in your car
Right.
and then you go to drink it. So there is something to it. So
Oh yeah.
you never know. The thing is, though, that, it seems like everything may cause cancer. So the media and everything.
This
gets to
water,
the
this
point-
water's gonna give me cancer right here.
It gets to the point that you don't know what to trust, what not to trust, what to drink, what not to drink, what to eat, what not to eat.
Right.
Yada yada yada.
It's true.
It
I'll tell you what, that didn't taste like water.
tasted like cancer
I
water.
don't, yeah, cancer. I feel sick right now.
Have these been washed out at all since we got these? Probably
I
not.
plead
right?
the fifth.
Yeah.
Little newspaper
At the end of the show, he puts them in a box. They go in his car.
That's it.
He brings them back out.
And
Don't forget the newspaper.
Yes, with newspapers in them.
Newspaper.
And then
Little
we
ink.
stupid fools then keep refilling it, and God knows what we're drinking.
Well, nothing but the best for everyone here on the show, of course.
Cheers.
Right?
I miss Jim. That's his
Oh, that's
thing.
right.
Yeah.
J-Dog, we hope you get better.
Yes.
He's still under the weather. He will be back next week with all new shows. And
Feel better.
Feel better, J-Dog. All right, check this out. This is something that will never change. It's also sad. We have to report on it. 1 in 5 high school seniors binge drinks. Check this out. Plenty of high school seniors are binge drinkers. It's always been that way. Consuming 5 or more alcoholic drinks in a row. But a new study shows that some are extreme binge drinkers, knocking back as many 10, 15, or more drinks in one session. Now, educate me. I mean, binge drinking is what? Like, is it you're consistently drinking this, or what's binge? Once in a while type thing? Binge drinking.
I guess it's spread, once in a while, and then
Once in a
instead of
while.
just drinking 2 or 3 beers, you're,
Yeah.
slamming down 24 beers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So rather than just, drinking to the point of, drinking in excess like many high schoolers do, I think the binge part is just that you're overdoing it to an extreme.
Right,
Yeah.
but you can poison, they can get alcohol poisoning
Right.
in one day and die. I mean, that's so easy to do.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Let me read some of these facts. Boys, which represents 24.7, or it's rounded off to 25%, boys were more likely than girls, 15%, to participate in all levels of binge drinking. Binge drinking was far more common among white students, 24%, than black students, 7.6%. High school seniors with college-educated parents were more likely to binge drink, but students who did not have college-educated parents were more likely to engage in extreme binge drinking. And let's check this out. High school seniors who drank 15 or more drinks at a time in the 2 weeks preceding the survey were significantly more likely than those who did not binge drink to use other drugs. So, I mean, of course, I mean, it goes back to your home life. I mean, what you see at home, dysfunctional, this or that. I mean, even with college educated, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, whether you're piss poor or you got $1 billion in the bank, it doesn't matter. Now, a lot of times, the rich kids, they're worse off than the poor kids.
Yeah.
Because they get everything freaking
It's true.
handed to them anyway.
What about Farrah Fawcett? Poor Farrah.
What happened to Farrah?
Son, well, she died of cancer.
I forgot all about
Farrah
that.
died of cancer, and I always really liked her. And she had a really big problem because her son, she had a son with Ryan O'Neal, and her son he's in jail right now, unless he got out recently. But he went to jail for a really long time because he is so addicted to drugs and alcohol together. And they tried, you talk about rich, with parents like that, and they could not help him. They went to court, sat by him, and they put him away anyway. And he just can't stop, and there's nothing they can do to stop him. And even if when he was underage, he was doing it. When he became of age, he kept doing it. And it was heartbreaking for her because they actually let him out of jail to come and say goodbye to her while she was dying in her bed.
Wow.
And I followed that whole story, and it's true, though, no matter how rich, and what you were saying, no matter how rich or poor you are, that addiction is deadly for some people.
It's just so addicting. I mean, it's like they just all in Ocean County, I just read, in Monmouth County, I mean, it's like now it's like heroin is big now again. Heroin.
That's
I think they said in Ocean County, I forget the numbers, but Ocean County is like the most heroin deaths amongst teens, young adolescents, like the most ever. And Monmouth County is not far behind. And I guess it's like, I don't know. I mean, I've never done it and I never will, but I guess it gives you a crazy high, and it's cheap. I mean, it's like now they can get a little hit off of heroin for like $5 or $10. It's like, but it's like these kids nowadays, man. It's like the high from a little joint here and there. It's not good enough for them. They're going right for the friggin' hard stuff. It's like, but what do you say to them? I don't know. I mean, one thing that'll never ever ever get old: peer pressure. It doesn't matter.
It's true.
It was in our high school days, college days, and these kids nowadays. I mean, it's like it sucks. I mean, everybody wants to be cool, and it's like, oh, you go out with your friends. Oh, take a hit of this and that. It's like it takes a big person to be like to just say no. It sounds so stupid and goofy, but it's hard as hell just to say no. And it's sad, man. And 1 in 5 kids. That's the ones just admit it. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like how many kids out there are doing all kinds of crazy dope and all this stuff. It's a shame.
Yeah,
it's a shame.
Vicki and I were talking about our kids earlier, and our kids are, in young ages. Vicki's just becoming a teenager. Mine's only not even 11. And I decided that this time what I'm going to do is just tell her whenever she's uncomfortable with anything that goes on at a party or anywhere else she is, just to say, hey, I'll be right back, and find a way to get out of there and just leave. And if someone asks her why she left, whether it's a special occasion that she was at, a birthday party or whatnot, I wasn't feeling good, I had to leave. That's just very simple, to the point. Nobody can say anything to you for that. I didn't feel good. I had a stomachache. I'm leaving. But these are the tools that you can give your kids to actually, instead of saying no and then someone picking on them when they're there in the actual party, which that happens to people too. But yeah, just give them the tools, and maybe hopefully that'll guide them. You can only do
that's the bottom line.
that, the best you can do.
Try to give them a moral base, foundation, and try to just teach them from there. I mean, just try
And
to
then
teach.
you cross your fingers.
And that's the thing. No matter how much you teach them, They go out there and who knows what the hell goes on once they leave.
Yeah.
Man, it's sad. But listen, if you're going to think to, listen, any kids watching the show, which a lot of you do, if you're going to drink tonight or over the weekend, listen, if you're going to do it, first of all, do not drive. Okay, do not drive. Get a ride home from somebody, or even walk. But just stay on the sidewalk. Just try to focus as much as you can. If you're going to get hammered, just don't drive.
Or sleep over.
Or
That's
sleep
always
over
a
wherever
good
you
one.
are. So even if
Call
it's your aunt.
Steve. He'll come pick you up.
Yeah, I'll come pick you up.
That's a really good
Yeah,
business
I'll
idea.
pick you up. Yeah, that's right.
Right, isn't
Well,
it?
well, for
to
a
get a
fee.
really cool car and paint it all these funky colors, and then just go around picking kids up
Yeah.
from parties and dropping them off. The only thing is you have to have a divider in between you and them because they might hit you with things.
Or they might throw up on you.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh. Jeez, thanks for volunteering me for that one, Vicky.
It's
Jeez.
true. It's
We
true.
have to start charging everybody for that one.
Especially
I'm gonna
those
do it
binge
for free.
drinkers.
Yeah. Not good. Well, let's go from binge drinking to infidelity, adultery. Let's get into it. Here, I saw this on this. It's called Victoria Milan. It's a dating website for married people looking to have an affair. It's out there. Let's bring it up. The age-old assumption that people cheat with someone better looking than their current partner may not actually be true, according to the survey. The website polled over 4,000 of their members and found that most people using the site consider their significant others to be more attractive than their affair partners. Let's see. Interesting. Male respondents said they consider their significant others superior to their affair partners in other ways as well. Men admitted that they found their mistresses to be more passionate, better listeners, and more caring than their significant. Over half of the female respondents also found their significant others to be more attractive than their affair partners, but 50% said their lovers were in better shape. So I guess what they're saying here is, for men and for women, it's like they're cheating with someone you would think, oh, I'm going to go cheat with a 10 compared to my wife. But they're cheating with women, and women are cheating with men less attractive than their spouse.
That makes sense to me, because I think women specifically will tend to cheat more for emotional reasons.
Okay.
So let's say, a guy's kind of nerdy and not really good looking, but, he's giving constant affection and attention and, telling her all the things that she wants to hear, and
then she's going to do it.
she's going to do it.
Doesn't get it at home.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, that issue of it, yeah. And it's I don't know. It makes sense. I mean, if you're gonna, I don't know.
You would think, though. I mean,
Astoundingly
logically,
enough.
yeah, you would think that if you're going to cheat,
Yeah.
Why not step it up and try to
Yeah.
cheat with somebody who's better looking than your spouse? But
But you see all the time, again, and my relative mentioned this to me, the stars. Look what happens with the stars. Who cheats on Halle Berry? Who does? My mother even said, who does that? Like, she is just astoundingly beautiful. And then that happened to her. But as getting back to the drug situation, he apparently had a drug problem or some kind of addiction, a sex addiction, wasn't it?
I think
Yeah.
so.
And he had an addiction, and he took it out of the marriage with her and ruined it. And you don't get any more beautiful than her. And it happened to her.
Sometimes, though, personality does play into people's
True.
choices. And it's not always about,
Right.
the beauty, I guess.
Yeah.
And
but-
Vicky, to support your item you said before, 89.6%, rounded off to 90% of the women indicated that the man they're cheating with makes them feel more appreciated than their significant other. There it is.
Yeah. Sometimes too, after you have children, you feel like your life does revolve around them. It truly revolves around them, and then you feel like that's all you do every day, and you love it, and it's great. But then you want to have some kind of alone time or me time, as they call it, and maybe that's what prompts people to do it as well.
It's not good. Well, what is it? Is still
Happening.
the statistic is still what? 50% of marriages end in divorce.
I
Yeah.
thought it was more than that.
It's probably
I think it's, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was up in the 8s. To be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong about that. We should really look that one up. But I thought
Woo.
I
Yeah.
thought it was higher than
Yeah.
50. I don't quote me on that, but it is getting up there. Seems to be. And talking about knowing about people with cancer, how many people? Everybody knows somebody who cheated. Everybody knows somebody who went through it or was cheated on or cheated. I think at this point. It's really an epidemic.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. Oh well, let's go from let's go from cheating and adultery to Switzerland, prostitution. Good segue.
Switzerland
All right, check
and
this out.
prostitution. Okay.
Yeah,
Here we go.
I'm sure you come up with a good graphic for that one. Check this out. Lawmakers in Switzerland, where prostitution is legal, have agreed to raise the age for prostitutes from 16 to 18. The amendment would bring Switzerland into conformity with a Council of Europe convention aimed at protecting children from sexual exploitation. I mean, do they really think 16-year-olds have been prostituting themselves or just go out, they're going to get a fake ID, or if they have their same client that comes to them every week, be like, oh, you're 16, you're not 18 now, I'm not going to bed you, and now it's like all this stuff in Switzerland. I mean, are there people really checking IDs over there? And I thought this was pretty funny. They're into conformity with a Council of Europe convention aimed at protecting children from sexual exploitation. 16 and 18, what's really the big friggin' you're trying to protect the kid?
Well, the only thing it might do is may prevent, younger ones from starting at 16.
The 14 and 15.
Yeah, right. But the ones that are already 16 and 17, obviously they're going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Whether it's legal or not at that point. But it may prevent some, I guess.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a child at that age being a prostitute in any instance.
Imagine the money they must make that.
Just
Imagine the money.
Awful. Yeah.
The money.
But I mean,
The
it's
oldest living
bad.
profession, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
It's terrible.
I
to think
wonder.
about.
I wonder how many countries out there where it is legal. Is it legal? It's legal in Amsterdam, right? Holland, Switzerland, right?
And there's nowhere in the United States, right? Nope.
I don't
Well,
believe
what
so.
about Vegas? What's it called? The Bunny Ranch.
That's what I was saying. Yeah,
I mean, they have sex there. Yeah, well, from what I
don't they
hear.
call it something different? Don't they sugarcoat that?
You said that with such certainty. I don't
Well,
know.
I've seen specials on it.
Yes.
Not that I've been there. Not that I've been there, but I've heard. But no, but it's not legal as far as United States compared to Amsterdam and Switzerland. But trying to throw me under the bus again. Damn, Vicky.
You better not go on that bus.
Oh, I know, but I do plan on going to Amsterdam soon, but not for that reason.
I've been there.
Yeah. Is it really the red light district? Is it a lot of things to do? Fun things to do?
It's very fun.
Yeah?
Very fun.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice. And they have the I like Heineken beer, so they have the Heineken brewery. I like to go to the brewery there. The brewery there and check that out. It's pretty
They
good.
got the Anne Frank house.
Okay. All right. Okay. Interesting. Amsterdam.
Amsterdam. Yep.
Yeah, that's
Fun
a place.
place.
All right, let's see here. What Forbes 400 came out with the richest people again, and once again, no surprise.
Not
Bill
on
Gates.
it?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Bill Gates getting close to the end of the show. Real quick stat, real quick. Bill Gates. He is Microsoft. Bill Gates. He took the top spot on the list for the past 20 years in a row. Bill Gates is worth a mere $72 billion. That's all he's worth. And second place investor Warren Buffett, he's worth $59 billion. What the
Wow.
hell do you do with $72 billion, Donna?
Oh my gosh, cars.
Cars?
Cars. All kinds of cars.
Houses
Bring them
all
in.
over, houses all over the world.
Ship them in. Oh yeah, houses and cars and jewelry.
And jewelry.
Jewelry.
Sounds
You don't
good.
have to
Houses
worry
and
about
cars and-
carrying cash or nothing. Just sign your name.
Yeah.
Everybody in the
Italy.
world knows you're good for it.
Yeah, bring the cars in from Italy.
$70
That would
billion.
be nice.
What would be the first thing you did with $70 billion? Probably not hard to have a heart attack.
Yeah, exactly. And
You know?
then I wouldn't be around to enjoy it anyway, so.
Yeah, exactly. Oh. That's the thing. I mean, pay your mortgage off, pay your bills off, and then after that, invest it. You know what I'm saying? And then just the cars.
Don't tell anybody.
Don't tell-
The
yeah.
first thing you do when you win the lottery is
Yeah.
you don't tell anybody.
I
That's
agree
right.
with
You
that.
get a good attorney.
Yes.
You don't say, and I don't, why do you have to go on TV with that giant check and hold it up?
Yeah.
Why do you do that? Why do they do
Oh,
that?
man.
They did that and somebody got murdered.
Serious?
Yes. He won the lottery, and they murdered, his family poisoned him to take the money. They
Yeah.
gave him poison in his food and killed him.
Oh, yeah.
Over $450,000.
$450,000.
That's it. That's all he won after the dust settled. So don't hold the check up on TV and
No.
call your lawyer.
Exactly. Because all these quote family and friends come out of the woodworks.
Yeah.
Hey, remember me, Benny, from 10 years ago? Yeah. Oh, by the way, I need 10 grand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
true.
And get your phone number if it isn't unpublished. Get it out of the phone book. Hell yeah, change your number and all that stuff.
Does anybody really use the phone book anymore?
Yeah, really.
Not really.
And the newspaper, go
Not
online
really.
for all that stuff. You know? Exactly. Well,
What was
let's
your
see.
Facebook account?
Facebook.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, by the way, go on to Facebook, Cuddy D Show. Well, we're getting close to the end of the show. It is now time for Last Licks. First up, Donna.
This is my favorite part, as you all know. Personal space. Please don't breathe on me. I should never have to smell your breath. And if I smell it, then you're too close to me. So I was on an airplane, as I mentioned before.
Oh.
And a man
Oh.
was drinking
My
wine
bad.
and
Yeah.
eating
Oh.
Cheez-Its.
Oh.
We're moving
I
away
was
from you now.
smelling wine and Cheez-Its for 2.5 hours. I don't like Cheez-Its. I don't want to smell it. So please just back up. You can always brush your teeth too. Back up, stay out of everyone's personal space, and please don't let me smell your breath. Thank you.
Nice. Last Licks, Vicky.
I have a problem with you ladies out there and your restroom habits. I mean, we all know that guys are pigs. I think I've addressed that before on the show. But you know, I keep going into public restrooms and the seat is sprinkled with tinkle. It's disgusting. What are you girls doing? Are you standing like men, like over it? I mean, I know there's that whole like straddle kind of thing, and I just don't understand what you're doing. Most public restrooms have the little, seat covers now. You put the seat cover down, you could sit on that, and then you're not getting it all over the place. And if you are getting it all over the place, why don't you clean up after yourself? I don't understand. Wipe it off. Do you think you're the only person that lives in this planet? Somebody else has to go in after you, like me. And there's pee all over the place, and I've got to clean up after you. I can't stand it.
Good one, Vicky. I agree with that. How many people actually you think wash their hands after they go to the bathroom?
Not many.
That's ridiculous. I think we did a study on that a while ago, but that's disgusting. But
just clean up after yourself.
Clean up after yourself.
You know?
Hygiene.
Yeah, it's just,
Hygiene.
it's
Real
disgusting.
quick, my last lick for the week. I just want to expand a little bit on the government shutdown, everybody. I just hope, please, politicians out there, just for 1 second.
Hopefully it's over by now.
Hopefully it's
That
over
when
by
you're
now.
seeing this, hopefully.
Think of everyone else out there, like, the peons who voted to get your butts in there. We're trying to support our families, ourselves, our kids and stuff like that. And it's like, come to an agreement already. Just swallow your friggin' pride every once in a while and think of the people who voted you in there. And remember, when you're debating with your $1,500 suits on, remember this. 1 in 8 kids in the United States is going to go to bed tonight hungry. On that note, have a great week, everybody. And remember, if you ain't real, then you're nothing.
Bye, everyone.
Peace.
Are you ready?